everybody. Loud. Hello everybody, welcome back to Unapologetic Skincare and Beauty, and I'm Stephanie. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video, and it might not feel long to you because I pre-record and batch edit and stuff, so I have a lot of videos to put up, but it felt long for me because my little daughter was sick and the house was crazy for a while, but I'm back and ready to give you lots and lots of fun content. Today I am doing my review and swatches of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I tried to do like a review with this where I was doing my makeup at the same time so you could see me put it on, and then I realized I am not good at doing that. I'm not good at doing my makeup on camera. I really like to be, you know, in a window with natural light and my mirror that gets really close because I have really bad vision and I can't see anyways. So trying to do it stressed me out and was a train wreck. It was bad. So I'm just gonna do what I know, stick to what I'm good at, which is swatching these for you, telling you what I think about them, telling you how they apply, formulation, etc. And that's it. Because that's what you want to know, right? I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not really good at makeup. You know, I just throw this stuff on in the morning and hope it looks good. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So you guys want to see that. You just want to know, is it good? Is it good? Let's talk about it. I was really excited about this palette. Norvina is the daughter of Anastasia Beverly Hills. She's also the president of ABH right now, so she's basically doing most everything, and I love her as a person. I think she's awesome. I think her style is cool. I love her different colored hairs. I think she has this really cool like personality. She's a boss, but she's kind of like a free spirit at the same time, which is awesome. So I was really excited about this palette. I love purple. The palette's purple. There's supposed to be purple shades inside. Let's open it up. So this is the outside cardboard part that, you know, it just comes in where it tells you the name, who makes it, all that info. And then you have your typical Anastasia Beverly Hills sort of eyeshadow palette cover. It's a crushed velvet and it says the name on the front. I think this is beautiful. I love the soft purple crushed velvet, but if you can already see, I've used this about 4 or 5 times. And you can see, you know, it's already getting dirty. And that's what happens with these palettes. My Prism palette, the ABH Prism palette, it's a black crushed velvet case. It's a whole mess. There's no way to clean it. So it kind of makes me sad to see such a beautiful, like, it's just ruined by makeup. But so that's the one thing that I know this is gonna get filthy, and so I've been keeping it in here and then putting it away with my other palettes just so I can like minimize the damage, but we'll see. So when you open it up, now guys, it's dirty in here, okay? And it's not dirty because I'm a dirty makeup person. It's only dirty in here because the formulation of these shadows makes it very tough to use these shadows and not get like a ton of fallout inside the palette. And I would have to probably like clean it every day after using it, which ain't nobody got time for that, in order to avoid that kind of thing. So if you're somebody who is like OCD about their palettes, doesn't like them dusty or dirty or anything, maybe you'll have to clean a little bit more, but check it out. So I mean, it's pretty, right? There's beautiful colors in here. The top row here, so this top row here is all shimmer shades, and then the bottom is all mattes. And let's do swatches really quick. By the way, there was a brush in here, but I never use the brushes and palettes. I just don't think they're good, and this one was no exception. I know ABH typically, out of all the companies that have makeup brushes in their palettes, ABH is probably the best one, but still it wasn't for me. So let's talk about the swatches and the colors, okay? Oh, okay, so one thing I want to talk about the formulation. Did you see when you looked in here how kind of like indented these are? The shimmer formulations are really, really, really soft. Okay, so soft that you have to kind of keep that in mind as you go in. And every time I use it, I always forget how soft they are, and I go in harder than I should, and I leave like a mark and it dents, and then you get some fallout. But those shimmer shades are very soft, some more than others. We'll go over those in the swatches. The matte shades are a little bit of like an issue with fallout. Some more than others. We'll go into that in the swatches. But otherwise, I only found one of them a little hard to blend, and that was Eccentric, which we will go over when I do the swatches. So why don't we just do the swatches? All right, let's go. Well, I'm gonna start at the top row and go to the bottom. I'm gonna first swatch Dreamer, Summer, and Wild Child. So these are all shimmers. This particular diamond is extra special. And though you might be gone, and the world may not know. And then Summer. And I should, but I can't let you go. And this is Wild Child on the finger. The one thing I did notice about Wild Child is it looks really, really pink in the pan, right? But it does not look that pink on the skin. But it is beautiful on the eyes, so it's not a really big deal for me. I just thought it was going to be a little brighter on the skin. I'm gonna do Rose Gold and Celestial, and then I'll do Dazzling and Drama, just to make it even so we're not just swatching one of the shimmers. So let's go into Rose Gold. This is probably my favorite color out of the whole palette. The Rose Gold's probably my favorite out of all of these shades because it's really like prismatic. It's very pretty. It pops out. Actually, I think it looks better on the skin than it does in the pan, which is the opposite for whatever this one was, Wild Child. Wild Child I thought was going to be like a bright popping pink, and it ended up being kind of like a baby powder pink. And Rose Gold, it comes out really beautiful on the skin. And then we'll do Celestial. So here's Celestial. And this one's really pretty too. So Celestial and Rose Gold definitely are my favorite of the shimmer shades in the palette. They are both beautiful, they're pigmented, they pop, they kind of have this like really nice sheen to them when you move. So those are my two favorites. So next we'll swatch Dazzling and Drama. So Dazzling and oops. So Dazzling and Drama here. Now that my hand's nice and red from wiping it clean, you know, hopefully you can still get an indication. But anyways, so here's Dazzling, go in here. This one's really, really soft. Wild Child and Dazzling are very soft. So there's Dazzling on the finger and then on the skin. So this is a really beautiful like gold kind of coppery color. It's pretty, I like it. And then Drama and go in there. This one's not as soft as some of the others, but still quite soft. All the shimmers are quite soft. And then there. So this is honestly, this drama color, it's great. It's a little darker than I would have liked it to be, and I feel like it's less shimmery. Like there's very subtle shimmer in there, so it even could be used as a matte shade, but it's a little dark for my liking. I would have preferred like maybe a, I don't know, like a plum kind of glitter, another purple shade that wasn't as dark and intense, but either way, I really like it. It's fine. It's good. It's pigmented. It's strong on the eyes. And that is the end of the glitter row. So I do believe that the glitters are the stars of the palette because they're such a soft and creamy formula. They're not powdery and they last all day long. That is something I love about this palette. These glitter shades and the shimmer shades last all day long. They do not crease, they do not fade. I can put this on in the morning before work and come home and take my makeup off at 8 o'clock at night, and the eyeshadow looks the same as it did when I put it on in the morning. So that is pretty special. With the matte shades, I'm just gonna swatch them for you on my arm really quick and tell you their names and tell you which ones that I found were difficult to work with and which ones were not. So this is the color Base, Soul, Incense, Love, Volatile, Eccentric, and Passion? Yup, Passion. So here's Base. Basically, you cannot see it because it is the exact same color as my skin, and I like to use it as a base. So you can't see it at all. And then this is Soul. It's beautiful. It's not patchy at all. I love using this as like a transition color or a crease color. It's gorgeous. And then you've got Incense, and this Incense color is a really like soft, it's not like ashy or fallouty at all, but it's really soft and blends well. And then you have Love. Now Love has quite a bit of fallout. But I think it's gorgeous and it blends beautifully. I have it on my eyes today. It blends really well. It's not patchy. It's not hard to work with. And then you've got Volatile. So it's like a dark brown color. See, as you can see, it swatches really beautifully. It doesn't get patchy. It's not hard to blend. Now, Eccentric is the next one, and this was the only one that I found a little bit hard to work with. It's hard to get a lot out of the pan. So you kind of have to like dig in there. So where all the other shades are kind of like be careful going into the pan, with Volatile I found like I had to dig in a lot more to get it to work, and then it was a little hard to blend on my eyes, but given an extra 12 seconds it worked fine, and it's a beautiful orange color for fall. It's gonna be awesome. And then you have the last one, Passion, and there it is. So that's just a darker, warmer, coppery brown as opposed to this one here, Volatile, which is like a cooler, kind of ashy brown. This one's more of a warm brown, a warm toned brown. So there you have it, the mattes. I'm back. I'm done sitting on my kitchen table to swatch for you. So, like I said, I love ABH eyeshadows. Subculture wasn't my favorite. Subculture wasn't anybody's favorite. But I loved the Modern Renaissance. I loved the Prism palette. I love this palette. So the Norvina palette's probably gonna be my favorite ABH palette. I love that the shimmer shades are so like buttery and soft. And like I said, it can make it hard to work with, especially when you're, trying to dig them out of the palette, or you're trying to figure out a way to get them on your eyes that's gonna cause less damage to the pan and more impact on your eyes. But once you get the hang of it and you figure out how to work with it, it's so easy to work with. It's beautiful. There's so much you can do with it. And I mean, I love it. So that's my final thoughts on the palette. I've used it for about a week now. I've used it every day because I wanted to try different things and kind of get used to it. The more you do something, the better you become at it. The first day I was a little frustrated because of the formulation, because the shimmers were so soft, and some of the mattes were a little like powdery and fallouty, but they don't look powdery or patchy on your eyes. So what you see in the pan is not generally a representation of how it's going to look on your eyes. So just give it a chance. I loved it, and I think that you will too. Let me give you some quick information on it before we leave. Okay, so the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette is $42. That's about $3 per pan, which is pretty excellent price. It's described as an essential 14 shade eyeshadow palette featuring Norvina's go-to shades ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel shimmers. They're described as full pigment and easy to blend formulas, duochrome and metallic pigments with a luxe packaging including a large mirror and a double-ended brush. All pretty accurate. The one thing about it, getting dirty easily, just take a warm washcloth, a warm damp washcloth, and you can wipe off the crushed velvet cover, and inside, just take a makeup wipe every once in a while and drag it through the black parts to clean those off. But other than that, it's a great palette. I highly suggest it, and that's pretty much it. So we're done for today. I hope you enjoyed the review and the swatches. If you have any questions about the palette, if you want to know anything in specific about the palette that you might want to ask me, throw it in the comments. Please let me know if you've already gotten this palette and what you think about it, kind of if you're on the same wavelength as me, or if you have a different opinion. I would like to know. And if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so you can be here with us for all the videos that I post, usually 2 to 3 times a week. We talk about makeup, we talk about skincare, we talk about beauty, we talk about all sorts of stuff, and I'd love to have you here. All right, thank you guys. Have a very beautiful day. Stay kind, stay beautiful, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye.